time for another G.I. Joe toy review. Oh, I apologize for this video coming out so late. Had some technical difficulties on Tuesday. The video did not want to upload into the computer. Reading corrupt file. I have no idea why. And I had to reshoot it. So here it is. I do sincerely apologize for it coming out so late in the week. You guys deserve much better than that, and for that I give you my deepest apologies. Today we're going to be looking at one of my childhood favorites. I did not have this vehicle as a child, but my buddy John did. And I played with it almost all the time. I just love the design of this vehicle. Just everything about it is great, especially that it could be towed. Anything that could be towed for me as a kid, I loved it. So we're going to be looking at the 1982 Hal. The Hal was released in 1982. It stands for Heavy Artillery Laser. It came boxed with the straight arm Grand Slam, but in 1983 it was all retooled for the swivel arm version of Grand Slam. And then in 1984 it was discontinued, but it wasn't gone. So in 84 it was repackaged with the Vamp for the Sears exclusive. The Hal was available also from Hasbro Dic from 84 to 1990. So this has been around for a long time. There are a lot of them out there on the shelves, or out in the aftermarket, I should say. And they are relatively easy to find. Its original retail price was $8.99, but the Sears exclusive ran just a little bit more. There was a slight variation on the Vamp. The Vamp had a shovel sculpted onto the hood of the vehicle, kind of like it did with the Stinger. But the Hal itself, I did not notice any difference. So without any further gabbing, let's go ahead and take a look at this fine piece of machinery. All right, so here it is, the Hal. What a great looking vehicle, and its operator Grand Slam. Now, I had some problems with Grand Slam when I was a kid. I always mistook him for Flash. It's the same uniform, but different head. You can see, lift up the visor there. See two different guys there. Grand Slam shared the head with Grunt and Zap. Now the theory behind that is in 1982 they did share a lot of body parts with action figures to save on cost, but they also wanted to see if this was going to take off and be as popular as it is. Alright, so Grunt only came with 2 accessories. One, he came with this clear visor. Very easy to lose. Those things fall on the carpet and get vacuumed up quite often. So finding them out there original is getting to be a rare treat. Came with this standard dark green helmet. Watch out for it. It is supposed to be dark green, not light green that comes with the other figures. Now the visor simply snaps on to those holes and goes onto his head. He is a very gruff looking action figure. Looks like he's seen a little bit of time in the army, an older looking guy. He wears these red pads just like Flash to help absorb some of the energy that comes from the laser when he fires it. These pads extend up to his arms. Now, on the swivel arm version, the pads are painted on. They're not textured like this. He does have black boots, and they're covered by green spats. He has green gloves, or black gloves. Again, with that, should I get that in focus? That laser textured pattern. These are gauntlet style gloves. And he has a H harness that goes all the way around. Standard articulation for his time. Taking a look at the Hal. A great vehicle. Well, I should say weapons platform. The driver fits on here somewhat nicely. There is a foot peg right here, but it is a pain in the tuchus to get his foot to stay on that peg. And there's also a hand grip, but it's a little too small, but his hand does fit over it. And that is how he is supposed to sit on the vehicle. Set him off to the side. It's nice that they add this little step here as a bonus. As you can see, it comes with a computer. The computer has an airplane marked on it. The rest of it is relatively plain. The 2 laser cannons here up at the front. These break off fairly easy, so please be careful. Because they're very thin. I have one with a broken cannon, but they do glue on quite nicely. And you can see it, the sticker says extreme danger. I would say so. It does rotate 360 degrees. Very nice. Unremovable engine cover on one side. Some type of machine works on the other. Now on the barrels, it has these springs, so it looks like they do recoil. It does sit on a chassis that allows it to spin 360. Another part that's very easily lost is this stand. When it folds up, it just pops right off. To put it back on, real easy. You just fold it, put it under, and hook it onto there. And of course, it has these tow arms, which make it easy to tow on any G.I. Joe vehicle. I will use the vamp. Hooks right on the back there, and when you're ready to tow, just flip this part up and off you go. Okay, let's take a look at his file card. Let's move this off to the back a little bit further. After looking at it, you could see why I love this vehicle. It was so much fun to play with. And I shot down, I don't know how many Cobra Fangs and Rattlers I shot down with that. It was great. Okay, for once it's not mirrored. It reads, Laser Artillery Soldier, codename Grand Slam, file name Barney James J, serial number RA379541044. Primary military specialty, artillery. Secondary military specialty, electronics engineer. It makes sense. He would have to be able to repair his gun if something goes wrong with it. He's from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Grade E5. He's a sergeant. Middle paragraph reads, Grand Slam received initial training in conventional artillery and served with a 155 millimeter battery. Graduated Special Weapons School, top of the class. Specialized Education Artillery School, Advanced Tech School. Qualified expert in M16, M1911A1, the HAL, or the Heavy Artillery Laser. He is soft-spoken and calm, just a bit shy, intelligent, loves to read. Read escapist fantasy, science fiction, comic books. Alright, so this guy is right up my alley. That suits my personality just fine. Yeah, so the HAL, it brings back some great memories for me as a kid. I loved that toy, and when John moved, I was sad that he left, but sad that it's a bunch of toys that he took with him back home, and the rest he took all of his G.I. Joes, and his mom sold the rest of them. But another thing to look out for on the HAL is the missing laser. That is also very common. So check out the pictures closely. Read the description closely as well. So let's get to my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. Alrighty, so you're looking for a HAL on the aftermarket. They are out there. Be prepared to pay for them. There is one that is 100% complete. Comes with Grand Slam and a file card. $79.99. $79.99. This vehicle weapons platform is very, very common. $79.99. That is stretching it, but it does come with the action figure. The action figure alone sells for a near mint. If you're just looking for the bottom part of the HAL, the legs and the stabilizers, it runs anywhere from $4.99 to $8.99 if you're wanting to build your own. You want an incomplete one without a driver, $27.99. Very good deal. It's cheap. I like it. It's nice. That's a good price for that. The body alone is $5.99, so you could use that $5.99 and buy the legs for $4.99, and you get yourself an $11 HAL with the shipping. You have to add the shipping. Never forget about that. Incomplete with instructions. $24.99. I would pay that, especially with the blueprints. I love blueprints. So $24.99 is a great deal. So I would call that the deal of the day. You want it boxed, mint in box, $140. Okay, I would pay that. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a deal of the day, but I would pay that. That is not bad for a boxed toy. Now, there is a vamp out there that comes with clutch, and the Hal, it is not the Sears exclusive, $75. I mean, this vehicle is giving me a headache, guys. It is so common. It ran from 84 to 90. It had a 6-year run. There are a lot of them out there. Why are you charging $80? Come on. Why? Why? Grand Slam, $49.99. It comes with the visor. Why, guys? You know, this is nuts. This is Joeflation at its best. In case you don't know what Joeflation is, it's the inflation bubble right now that's over the G.I. Joe community, over the toys. Just like the housing crisis that we had at the beginning of this century, where the housing bubble was really big. Banks were loaning out money left and right. People buying houses left and right. The bubble got bigger and bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden it collapsed. Housing market turned to crap. Your $250,000 house was now worth $110,000. Okay, this is what's happening with G.I. Joe. Yes, it's not a house, but these toys are an investment. They are worth money. They will hold their value as long as people keep the prices down. If the prices keep on going up, it makes it hard for your average person to go out and buy a vintage toy to share with the younger generation. And I have to reflect back to the person that told me about his nephew loving his vamp, always wanting to play with the vamp. So what did he do? He went to Walmart and bought the knockoff vamp. So you can see I repainted it into an Alley Viper vamp. It just frustrates me. It really does. I mean, the people that have the means are the ones that are out there buying this stuff up left and right, not caring how much they spend on it, just so they have it, and then they buy multiples, turn around and resell them and make a fortune off of them. Nothing wrong with that, but lower the prices so your average buyer could afford to purchase some of these to share with the younger generation, to get these kids away from computers and learn the joy of holding a piece of plastic and using your imagination and playing with it. I mean, it was great having these as a kid. I mean, how many scenarios did we set up? I mean, these things were alive to me. They were living, breathing toys in my imagination. These guys were real. So, starting to run out of energy here, guys. Sorry about that. But I really do hope you appreciate it. Thank you all very much for subscribing to my channel, for tuning in, for sharing this video, for liking the video, especially for the comments. I love hearing from you guys. I answer back as quick as I can. You guys are fantastic. Look down in the description for some shout outs. And yeah, that's it. This is Joe Motion 82 signing off. You guys have a great day. Be kind to one another and be kind to animals. Have a great day. Bye-bye.